welcome back to lesson 5. Today we're going to be crocheting a circle. So kind of a new skill for you, and it'll also reinforce your ability to count your stitches to make sure you're putting them in the right spots. So that's what we'll be doing today. As always, if you have questions, post them in the comments below. And I'll be continuing to make these videos, so if you want notifications on the next video that's posted, make sure you subscribe and then turn on the notifications button, which looks like a little bell. That way you'll know when the next one is posted. So let's go ahead and get started crocheting a circle. So we're going to go ahead and make our slip knot. And put it on our hook. And we're going to start by chaining 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just like our last project with the flower, we're going to make this a tiny circle. And to do that, you will insert your hook into this very first chain, cross over your yarn, and pull this yarn through both loops on your hook. Okay, now we have this circle here, and you will then chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now what you'll do is you're going to double crochet 11 stitches into the center of your yarn. So I'll show you once more how to do a double crochet. So you will put your yarn over your hook, insert your hook into the very center of the circle, pull your yarn up through the middle, cross over your yarn, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, cross over your yarn again, and pull through the last 2 loops. Okay, so we will do that 10 more times. This first chain will count as a stitch, so you'll only need to do 11 more into the center. You can kind of ignore the tail for now. Don't worry about if that gets caught anywhere. We'll sew that in at the very end. So again, double crochet into the center for 10 more. Okay, and so continue doing that, and I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, so you're back at the end, and if you count your stitches, you should have a total of 12, including that first chain of 3. So 1, let me put this down first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to insert our hook into this first chain of 3 and do a slip stitch. Okay, if this is as big as you want your circle to be, then you're done. But if you want to get larger, the next step is to put 2 double crochets into each stitch. So I'll show you how that's done. So first we're going to chain 3. And now we're going to do a double crochet into that same stitch as our chain 3. So this hole right there. So double crochet into that same one. And now our next stitch here at the top of the double crochet is where you'll put in your next stitch. So we're going to do 2 in each stitch all the way around. So the next one here is right here. So double crochet your first stitch, and then double crochet the next stitch into that same spot. So instead of moving to the left, you're going to do 2 in the same stitch. And then you're going to do that all the way around. So we'll move on to the next stitch. So there's 1, there's 2, and to the next one, there's 1 and 2. So you will do that all the way around. So really we are just doubling what we did in the last row by increasing by 12. So this was 12 stitches, and this next row will end up being 24 stitches. So again, I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, so we're back at the start. Again, we're going to slip stitch into our chain of 3 to close off that row. Okay, now instead of doubling in the next row, that would be too many, so it would start to kind of curl up if you put too many. So we're going to continue increasing by 12 stitches in each row. So again, we went from 12 stitches in the middle to 24 around the outside. So now we are going to do 36 stitches in this next row. And we're going to, again, chain 3 to start. And then we're going to double crochet again in that same stitch. Now, instead of double crocheting 2 into the next stitch, we're just going to do 1. And in the next stitch, we're going to do 2. The next stitch, we're going to do 1 double crochet. The next stitch, we're going to do 2 double crochets. So you're going to continue this pattern all the way until the end, putting 2 double crochets in the same stitch, then 1 double crochet, then 2 double crochets, then 1, etc., until we come back to the end. Okay, we're at the end of our 3rd row. If you would like to double check and count your stitches around, you should be at 36. Each kind of line is a stitch. Okay, so that will help you count, remembering that your chain of 3 is a stitch as well. So now we're going to, again, combine our rows by doing a slip stitch. And the next row will be, we just did 36 stitches, so we're going to add 12 again, so it'll be 48 stitches. Now, this size here is a pretty good size if you wanted to do a coaster. So you could truly just end your work and then sew in the ends like we've talked about in a previous video. So you could stop here, or if you wanted to continue to make it a little bit larger, I'll show you how to do that. So you're going to start again, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to do another double crochet into that same stitch again. So we always start exactly the same, but then instead of alternating 1 in 2 and 1 in 2 like we did in the last row, we're going to do 1 double crochet into the next stitch, 1 into the next stitch, and then we're going to do 2 in the next stitch. So it's truly just distributing the increase around your circle so that it's nice and even. So again, we did 2 double crochet, 1, 1, 2. So again, we're going to do 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then 2. Okay, and you'll continue that pattern all the way around until you're done. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this row and I'll meet you back at the end. So now we're at the end of our 48 stitches. So you could keep going if you wanted to. The next amount of stitches would be 60. So to do that, what you would do is, again, you would start by chaining 3, and then you would double crochet into the same stitch, and then you would do 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then do your increase, so 2. So it would be 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2 as you work your way around if you wanted to continue to get bigger. So you're always increasing by 12, and you're just doing that increase evenly from the center out. So I hope that was helpful. Again, I think the middle size would be perfect for some coasters, but that is how you crochet a circle.